Kia ora, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. So we're back with Chapter 3, Map 1 of XMEN Future Shock. This month is Cavalier Event Quest for Marvel Contest of Champions. And we're going to jump in with this a little bit of a haphazard team, but it's very tech heavy for Domino, and then we got a couple of mutants to clear the lane because it's a mutant rewarding quest. As you can see, every time we knock them down, we get unblockable and some other stuff. So I'm going to clear the lane, and then we will meet back up at the boss. Alrighty, welcome back at the boss. That quest was actually a little bit harder than the last four. I've ramped up Profex, but I managed to kill him off in the process as well. So we're going to have an attempt first with Warlock and Guillotine 2099. So Domino, she's got Foresight, basic maneuvers, Flux as well, and the Light 'em Up node, which means that if she's shocked or incinerate, she doesn't really evade or auto block. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to come in with Warlock and see how well we can do against her. So what we're going to need though is we're probably going to need to keep knocking her down, and we're going to need to also use the shock so that she doesn't evade. So this is one where the boss is probably easier than the line, because the line was actually really, really hard. Thing is, when we knock her down, right? When we knock her down, she has that evade. So kind of have to knock her down and then just chill out for a little bit. And we'll throw that stun in there for good measure. Now, good thing about Warlock is he can take a lot of damage. Bad thing is, doesn't seem to do a lot of damage though. But yeah, you kind of have to maintain this whole knockdown and the evade. This is a complex fight to manage actually. So as you can see, I'm trying to keep getting that gray thing down to 0. But at the same time, we're trying to get as much damage in. At the same time, we're trying to evade and not die. So there's a lot going on in this fight. So now she's got that 20, which means that she's not going to take any damage, so we've got to knock her down. And let's see if we can't get a shock on her. So because of that flux dispersal as well, she doesn't take a lot of damage because you have to keep knocking her down. As you can see, the more you hit her, the less damage she takes. Okay. So what we might try to do is stick with medium like mediums and then reset the dispersal. Then I'm just going to wait until that evade runs out. And we'll throw the SP3, get a little bit of life, but also drain her power and, degenerate a little bit. It's a little bit of a long fight, man, and there's a lot going on in it. So she's not going to be the easiest. Definitely helps if your Warlock is awakened. If he's not awakened, then it can still work, but it will just be a bit longer. So that's a pretty good first attempt, honestly. All the way down to 21%. We'll chuck Huntress on with Guillotine and go through. I'm also gonna try Sentinel. I think Sentinel will be really, really good against her as well. So the only thing is that Guillotine does not have as nice a heavy attack as Warlock. So we're just gonna have to be mindful of that. And with this one also, we want to be hitting the special at about 19. So for the heavy, and we want to go from here on. It's like 1, 2, and then the SP2. Right. So 1, 2, and then we'll throw this. God damn, man. She hits it with the heavy, huh? That's almost exactly what we didn't want. Throw the heavy. Oh, it didn't work that time. Okay, so we'll just let her throw that SP2. Or we might just throw the heavy again. And I'm not entirely sure why that Flux Dispersal isn't getting removed. Okay. So throw that. So close. And finally, the heavy works. And we take care of her. So, yeah, not an easy fight. A lot of stuff going on, but it's mainly about, throwing in those heavies, making sure that you interrupt the Flux Dispersal, because the more you hit her without a heavy, the closer she gets to 0. So you have to keep throwing those heavies in there to maximize the damage. And also just being aware of the evades and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, hopefully this helped. If it did, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Kakitiano, boys and girls.